Okay, I wanted to share one more thing about using the passport journal book, or page element, I should say, to make a booklet. And whether you're doing this in the notebook die, the wrapped journal, I just happened to have two of the wrapped journals that I had done it in, so that's why I was showing these. I wanted to show the differences in sewing your little inserts into the spine. And what I did here, you'll notice there's no thread showing on the outside. This particular book, I wanted it that way. So what I did was I cut a separate piece, just a layer of cardstock that fit within the boundary of that spine on the wrapped journal. Marked my holes for my three little page elements that I made, and actually sewed them to that piece. Same way that I just showed you how I sewed this one. Same exact concept, except they were just sewn into the separate little piece that fit. Then glued that entire section that had my booklets on it into the spine. That's something that I used to do with my own little books that I've made for years and years. So that just kind of came naturally to me. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to sew one in, and you can't see the threads. And the other thing I did in these particular little booklets was I actually took apart one of these little Walmart booklets and used pages from it, because these are a center sewn booklet. You can take those threads out, and all of these pages stay intact for the entire width. There's not a spine that they break at. Then I made my covers just out of the pattern cardstock, because this little book just happened to have a recipe theme. So I wanted to include a little more in the way of pockets in this book. I just used my envelope punch board, made some little envelopes, and I did not glue the envelope together. I left it open here, so the envelope is actually sewn into the seam of the little booklet. And then I just used one of the tags from another of Eileen's sets to make little photo turns as a way to keep the little envelopes closed. Now, this particular wrap journal, I wanted my threads to show. It was just part of what, I was doing for the decoration of it. But I used the same concept. The only difference was once I got all the book basically done, then I went back, punched my holes where they needed to be, and sewed the little books into the spine. And same thing, I spaced it out so that I had just three little booklets, inserted into it. So the options for doing that are endless. You can have the threads where they show, you can have them where they don't show. You can probably come up with another idea of your own. But that's just more options for using the passport journal page element in so many of Eileen's dies, because it worked so wonderful with them.